I'm going to give you the floor for the next 15 minutes to talk about the state of the world, the master planners, how we beat them. And I'm going to turn the mic off and sit back and give you the floor, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever you want. I want you to have the floor and talk about the state of the world today. Again, I mean, I'm not trying to toot our horn. I wish we were wrong. Everything we've talked about, everything you've written about in your books, in your tens of thousands of radio interviews, it's all coming true. How did you wake up? You know, where are we going? What's your message to people about getting involved right now? This is the critical juncture. Dr. Stan Monteith of RadioLiberty.com, you have the floor.
Well, thanks very much, Alex. Well, basically, I want to try to get people to understand that what is taking place in America is not happening by accident. There's an organized, intentional effort to destroy the economy of our country. Now, how can I make that statement? I've read the plan. Where is it? Where can you get the plan? It's called the Earth Charter. It was written by Stephen Rockefeller, who's the nephew of David Rockefeller. And if you honestly believe that Bill Gates and certainly Warren Buffett are the two wealthiest people in the United States, why, you've been reading Time magazine too long. The real power belongs to the Rockefeller family. They've been around for almost 100 years, and basically the Rockefeller family dominates. They could dominate Chase Manhattan Bank. David was the president of Chase Manhattan Bank for many years. Now it's J.P. Morgan Chase. They control Citigroup. They control certainly the major pharmaceutical companies. They control Exxon and Chevron. They control our major corporations. And, of course, David Rockefeller's Trilateral Commission controls our government. How can I make that statement? Well, you go back and you read Barry Goldwater's book, With No Apologies, and we actually offer that through my ministry. We have second-hand copies. And on page 280 of that book, why Barry Goldwater talks about, he says, you know, the Trilateral Commission is domestic, but the Council on Foreign Relations is domestic, but the Trilateral Commission is international. And their goal is to take over financial and commercial interests of the world. He doesn't say it, but he's talking about the world, by first seizing control of the government of the United States, by first seizing control of the political government of the United States. Barry Goldwater, 1979. What have they done since then? Well, the North American chapter of the Trilateral Commission, which was birthed by the Council on Foreign Relations in 1973, and the Council on Foreign Relations is a front for a secret society that was created by Cecil Rhodes back in 1891, dedicated to taking over control of the world. Cecil Rhodes wanted England to control the world and to bring America along. The plan changed after the First World War, where America would take over control of the world and bring Great Britain along. You can find this documented in a book called Tragedy and Hope, A History of the World in Our Time, written by Professor Carroll Quigley, the leading historian of the 20th century, a historian who actually discovered the secret society that controls the world today. How do I know he controlled it? Because I went back to Georgetown University in 1980. I went through Professor Quigley's papers before they were censored, and I found all of his correspondence with Sir Alfred Zimmern, who was a member of the secret society, who told Professor Quigley all about the secret society and who was in it. And then, of course, in 1921, why this secret society, which had a front group called the Round Table, the Round Table created the Council on Foreign Relations, which then birthed the Bilderberger Group, and then birthed the Trilateral Commission in 1973. Of course, at that time, the chairman of the Council on Foreign Relations was David Rockefeller, and David Rockefeller financed the Trilateral Commission and is the honorary chairman of the North American chapter today. Now, between 1977 and the year 2008, why every president and or vice president of the United States came from the membership roles of the Trilateral Commission. Actually, 6 of the 8 presidents of the World Bank, 8 of the 10 chairmen of the American representatives to the World Trade Organization, 7 of the 12 secretaries of state and 9 of the 12 secretaries of defense all came from the membership roles of this North American chapter of the Trilateral Commission. And today, 12 of those people are people who surround Barack Obama. Don't let them dissuade you. They want to point to Barack Obama and they say, you know, he's a socialist. He's a communist. what he is told. He is controlled by the Trilateral Commission. In fact, General James Jones, a four-star Marine general, heads the National Security Council, and a speech in February of this year, 2010, at a Munich Security Conference, talked about, the chain of command in the National Security Council. Now, remember, the head of the National Security Council, General James Jones, meets with Barack Obama every day and tells him what to do. And General James Jones says, we have a chain of command in the National Security Council through Brent Scowcroft and Sandy Berger, and we got our orders from Henry Kissinger every day. Well, Henry Kissinger's a Republican. Well, people don't understand. We have a one-party system with two branches, and it's all political theater. Barack Obama, up until recently, got his orders every day from General James Jones. Now, the Deputy National Security Advisor, Thomas Dommelon, is going to take over. General James Jones is leaving. And it just so happens that Thomas Dommelon comes from the membership list of the Council of the Trilateral Commission. If you want to verify what I'm saying, go to their website, trilateral.org. There's a place at the bottom of the page there, and they will email you the membership list of the entire Trilateral Commission. They have branches here in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, but the really power structure is right here in the United States, because they're using the financial and military power of the United States to bring about a world government. That's what it's all about. These people hate America, and they want a one-world government, a one-world religion, and a one-world leader, because the background of this entire movement, going back to Cecil Rhodes in 1891, and then, of course, the people who came to surround him, they were all involved in the occult, tapping into the other spiritual dimension. They were basically, whether they knew it or not, involved in satanic and Luciferian worship. And that is the basis of this whole movement today, towards the one world government, the one world religion, and the destruction of Christianity. That's why they took God and prayer, the Ten Commandments, out of our schools. Nobody will tell the American people why the Supreme Court took God and prayer, the Ten Commandments, and the Bible out of our schools. That was because the Masons, the Freemasonic secret society, controlled the United States Supreme Court from 1941 to 1971 in majorities of 5-4 to 8-1. At one time, 8 of the Supreme Court justices came from the secret society, which, of course, is dedicated to the worship of Lucifer. Now, for the average Mason, they'll say that's not true. But the average Mason doesn't understand Masonry. They've never read the writings of the man named Manly P. Hall, who, when he died in the early 1970s, was named by the Scottish Rite magazine at that time as Masonry's greatest philosopher. And if you read the writings of Manly P. Hall, and we're speaking now his writings called Lectures in Ancient Philosophy, he will tell you that Masonry is a fraternity within the fraternity, an outer fraternity of men who are having a good time, want to do good, they're good patriots, but an inner fraternity of men who study the Ancorum and An Canorum. And if you don't know what that means, don't feel bad. I had to look at the dictionary myself, and it's the secret and the secret of secrets. And what is the secret? Well, the secret is that Lucifer is God. This is a Gnostic religion. If you read Albert Pike's writings, why he will tell you that this is a Gnostic religion, and the same religion that certainly is laid out in the Kabbalah, laid out by the Gnostics, laid out by the Templars, laid out by the Rosicrucians, laid out in the Illuminati and the Masonry. Masonry is a Gnostic religion. Now, certainly you go up on the internet and go into Gnosticism, understand they believe there are two gods. One God, the God of the Bible. The inferior God, the superior God is Lucifer, because he gives you total freedom. And until you understand this is a spiritual battle being fought on a political, ideological, and cultural battlefield, you can't understand anything that is going on in the world today. Once you understand that there is a conspiracy against Christianity, once you understand that the Catholic Church, the Protestant religion, and the Jewish religion have all been infiltrated at the various highest levels, and there is one religion, of course, for the elite, and another religion for the average Catholic, for the average Protestant, for the average person who's Jewish. Only then, when you understand this is a satanic world movement to bring about a world government, does any of this make sense. It's all well documented in my book, Brotherhood of Darkness. For additional reading, of course, we suggest Professor Carol Quigley, Tragedy and Hope, A History of the World in Our Time.